We're on our way now to the northern Ukrainian city of Chernihiv. We've actually been, by the end of today, we will have traveled more than 2,000 kilometers in Ukraine. From the north of Ukraine to the south, back to the north, within a period of a little bit more than 48 hours. Chernihiv is a city which is now opened up. It had seen a great deal of devastation by the Russians. There were multiple strikes which took place over here. The sporting facilities of this area were destroyed. Apartment complexes were destroyed. There is a grave over here. There is a home of a person which was actually struck by a fighter aircraft, a Russian Sukhoi 34 fighter bomber which crashed. It was shot down and landed on the roof of a home which was obviously destroyed. But the ordnance, we are told, on board that fighter aircraft didn't actually explode. So she did manage to survive, though there was somebody else who died over there. The situation on the ground remains essentially the same over the last 24 hours, which means that the war, or the renewed war, has well and truly begun, with Russia probing the defenses of Ukraine over the last 24 plus hours along an entire stretch, which is south of Kharkiv to the northeast of Ukraine, all the way down south along the coast, and then in the Mykolaiv area where we were a couple of days back. That area, Mykolaiv, where we were reporting from day before yesterday, has actually been shut down for reporters. We were possibly the last team which actually made it over there. There's been very heavy artillery shelling which has been taking place on that front. In Chernihiv, we'll be speaking to more people who have seen their lives completely shattered by the impact of this bombing. Efforts by some to actually come back, because there is an effort at some levels to come back. But I think the point that needs to be stressed is that if there is to be a major Russian push anywhere in Ukraine, it's not happened as yet. And the sense continues to be this, that there could be a very major attack coming up, either in one or two centers in Ukraine or in some other areas. But this remains a cause of huge concern, that the bulk of Russia's attack, in other words, a massive thrust, has not taken place. And what we are seeing so far are just pinpointed strikes along the line of contact between Russian and Ukrainian soldiers with the effort at probing Ukrainian defenses. So what really happens next? And all of this comes when the word nuclear keeps being bandied about. It's very popularly used in the Russian mass media. It's almost unthinkable that we would be in a situation where people are actively thinking about the use of nuclear weapons. The Ukrainian defenses remain strong, they remain motivated, and the sense is that this could end up being a long, protracted fight. What the world doesn't know even now is what exactly is Vladimir Putin's endgame over here. He certainly lost the Battle of Kiev, the effort to get into the Ukrainian capital. They've withdrawn from all of these areas where we are now reporting. But does he intend to limit his military successes on the ground to grabbing territory or more territory in the Donbass area? Or does he intend to capture more areas away from the Donbass area itself? That's something that we don't really know very much about at this stage. With Uma Shankar Singh and Ashok Mahale, this is Vishnu Shom on the road to Chernihiv, one of the northernmost towns of Ukraine, right along the border with Belarus.